Welcome to SkinnyBoy-Entertainment. Thank you for joining me today. Listen, I'm excited. It's the weekend. I've been so busy at work lately, man. And I miss you guys. I really do. My mind has been going crazy because I have so many videos I want to do for 2023. My goal for 2023 is to have 1,000 subscribers. I want to have 1,000 people just listening to me every morning, every day. I want to encourage you young men because I know how hard this world is. I know what you're going through. But listen, you're probably saying to yourself, I don't need encouragement. You're just another stranger on YouTube that's probably going to tell me the same thing that everybody tells me. Work hard, play hard, X, Y, and Z. Listen, today, I just want to tell you about my life and how this channel already came about a long time ago through my life experiences and everything. But I hope this connects with somebody. And I'm going to try to do this in one clip because recording takes forever. But, so yeah, let's get it. Where do I start? See, I came into America at the age of 3. And, remember, this was something that was not of my choice, of course. This was done by my parents. They believed my aunt was the best option. They believed my aunt was the best outcome for me, because they knew that the environment that we were in was not something that they wanted to raise a child. They wanted to give me the best outcome, best situation. So I was raised by my aunt. And I'm thinking now, being a parent, for you to give your child and be like, listen, right now, my situation is hard. My environment is hard. Everything about this place is hard. And although if he were to stay in this environment, he may have the same opportunity, but it's going to be much harder. Where at least in America, there is a chance for him to become something. And it may be not as hard. So here's my child. Here's my boy. Raise him up to be a young man. And that takes a lot of trust. That takes a lot of will. That takes a lot of faith in someone. And as I grew up and I went through school, I noticed something. I noticed something, that it was the people that looked like me that always made fun of me. It was the people that I thought we could relate because I was black and they were black. It was easier. I thought that. That was actually the exact opposite. See, I realized something. You could be in the same environment as somebody. Y'all could be culturally aligned and be two different people. Two different people. And I noticed easy, American kids, American black kids, they were tough. And I didn't understand why they were so tough with me. They laughed at me. I'll never forget when a teacher had picked on me, say, William, it's your turn to read. And these kids knew. Oh, these kids knew. They were standing back. Oh, yeah. She picked the right one. She knew. She knew to pick me. She picked the right one. Because I know this motherfucker can't read. I was anxious. I was scared. I'm like, these kids are gonna. I already stutter over one word now, and now I have to read a whole paragraph. Oh man, you best understand. And my fear, when I just looked at the words in my head, I already knew. I could say the words in my head, but when I attempt to speak it out, I would just get stuck. And I would force it. And I thought under the mindset, if I keep forcing it, I will get over the issues. Some of y'all are going through issues, going through life issues. We all are. And you feel like if you could just force and grind through this issue, but your mindset is still the same, that it will get better. The harder you work, the easier life becomes. Listen, it doesn't matter wherever you move in a new location. Maybe you have realized I don't want to be a product of my environment, so I need to leave this environment. But let me tell you something. If your mindset is still the same, you're the same person in a new location, but your thought process has not changed. And every time I would go up in grade school, I would tell myself, you know what? Maybe this is just happening to me because I'm young. But I was still scared. I was still anxious to talk to people. Nothing changed. I just got older. But there was still fear to talk to people. And I remember in 4th to 5th grade, I was wondering why my speech was not improving. I went to the classes. I took all the classes that was required of me. And I was just anxious. Nothing changed. When I first moved to America, I lived in Philly. And I had a lot of friends, a lot of good friends. I noticed something. These people, they accepted me, but they didn't treat me like the Black Americans did, or so I thought. Listen, it doesn't matter who you are, black, white, green, or blue. Keep on going through life experience and you'll understand people will treat you the exact same way. Doesn't matter. And I caught on real fast. I knew the people who were laughing at me, and I knew the people who were laughing with me and truly wanted to see goodness for me. At a young age, I realized that very soon. One of my best friends, he was a white boy. His name was Daniel at the time. I believe I got him on Facebook. I don't remember his last name. His dad, his sister, everyone was there. It felt great. That experience that I felt fantastic. And when I got from there, I felt empty inside, as if, what is going on? Because all through my life, right? My mom and dad was not in my life. And I didn't know what this feeling was. But whatever it was, I wanted it. It was a family, a mother and a father to scold their child. Hey, I thought you were supposed to do your homework. They got on him. Sorry, Mom. I'll do better. Now, I know my aunt, I was raised by three of my aunts. They're strong, independent women, God-fearing, loving women. They raised me and along with the rest of their kids. I saw them working 2 to 3 jobs. In spite of all of that, there was something I felt like I was missing, and I didn't know what it was. Went through school and I started playing sports in high school, and I would see the parents hug their child. The dad, I love you, son. And when it was just me, I didn't have anyone really, because my aunt, she worked a lot. She didn't have time to come to my games. And I know I had some people who loved me, but it was still, I'm yearning for a dad. I'm yearning for a spectator that can look on my life and say, you know what, I'm proud of you, son. But I didn't know that at the time. And I just went through life just going through experiences. And then I got a knack for being funny. The kids, they gravitated towards me because I was just funny. Zoomy. Man. And then I started to understand the differences that I don't think that everybody that I call my friend is my friend. See, when you get into a new situation, when you get into a new employment, get into a new job, whatever situation you used to be in the past, and you move on with it, you still deal with new issues. You still have to adapt to them. Young men, you must understand, you must place your life to where you can grow, to where you can learn. And problems in life are important. It's important that we go through some type of hurt, some type of pain. It's important that sometimes you step back and you look, are all these people really here? for me? Do all these people want to see me succeed in life? High school, I took AP classes. And there's this kid, he's like, Zumi, why are you doing this to yourself? You know you don't have to take these hard classes. Why don't you just take gym like us? You can take this every single year. Because I was taking those hard classes every single year. There was something, I gravitated towards school, and I realized that if I could handle this situation, if I could handle all this tough classes right now, I think I'll be fine. Later in life, if I could go through all the bullshit that comes with this, if I could just endure the hurt, the pain, the suffering, and it takes to get A's in these classes, I think I'll be fine in life. And I realized something, right? When I was in those classes with all the smart kids, it was a competition, but it felt good. Other people, they wanted more for their life. So I wanted more for my life. See, the people that you have around you, if everybody is complacent, if everybody is comfortable in where they are, you will become just like them. You will become a product of your environment. And instead of you being the product that changes your environment, you will learn to assimilate. That's what I learned through life. Whatever situation, we moved a lot as a child. We moved a lot when I was younger. We moved to every different location. Because mom didn't play that. But my aunt felt like there was an issue with us, or we wasn't getting the best education or something. She moved. She moved us. You don't have time to really adjust. You just learn. You live and you learn. You move on. You go on. So what I'm saying is, you can want more for your life, but until you learn how to adapt to your situations, you will fail. And that kid that told me, you can just take gym. You can just take gym class every single year and be fine. I realized something there too. See, I had a vision for my life. I wanted more for my life. And I knew that the road that I wanted to take was going to be hard. See, I knew I wanted to become an engineer. But the thing is, every time I opened my textbook, I didn't see any black engineers. It was always these white people over the covers. And that had an effect in my life, because I was like, can I really become an engineer? And there's in high school, there's a few teachers who pushed me so much. These teachers were white, and they told me I can do it. They kept on pushing me. And as I went through college, I saw a black man who was the chairman of an engineering department. He gave me a tour and everything. And from that day forward, that is what planted that seed right there. I said, that was the first black man. I said, you are the chairman of the whole engineering department? Man, changed my life. And we used to go to church together. He changed my life, and I didn't know. There are some situations that if you don't walk around, if you don't ask, hey, what is your name? What do you do? If you don't build those connections, your environment could still limit you because of what you did with it. This man was the chairman of the engine department, and he gravitated towards me, and he wanted more for myself, for my life. I was like, wow. And there were other people. When I got older, I had mentors in my life to support me in life. I had about 4 to 3. They all was from church. See, there was one thing I told myself, God, I know I'm here alone. I don't have a mother. I don't have a father. But you will be my everything. You will be my strong. Now, you don't have to have faith. If you can just believe in yourself, I believe you can get through life. If you can just believe in yourself and have people who want more for your life, I think you will be fine. But as for me and my household, we have faith. Because we came from a place where we had nothing. And when we came to America, it was like, wow, this is the land of opportunities. But even in those opportunities, there were problems. And you had to learn to adjust to those problems. You couldn't have that victimhood mentality. You couldn't say, oh man, I couldn't do this because the white man stopped me. Oh man, I couldn't become an engineer because I didn't see any black engineers. I couldn't become this because I just grew up poor. I couldn't do this because my parents was not in my life. And I told God, like, listen, God, my father's not in my life, so right now you will be my father. And I will pray to you. When I'm down, I need you to help me to direct my life. And I was hoping throughout school, I was like, God, why don't you just talk to me? We was going through a battle. I decided I'm not believing in God anymore because apparently every time I ask for strength, you give me problems. Every time I ask for wisdom, you give me problems, more complications for me to figure out on my own. I've always been on my own. Where have you been? I don't see you. You don't talk to me like you did to Adam and Eve. So why should I have faith in you? You have not helped me throughout my whole life, or so I thought. Where are you? And I believe God was saying, listen, I'm the one who placed you out of this situation that you was in. You have all the opportunities to offer. When are you going to stop praying and are you going to start working towards your prayer? See, you asked me for strength, and I gave you problems for you to overcome. You asked me for wisdom, and I gave you complicated situations for you to maneuver. See, at a young age, my aunt had already told me I don't have money for you to go to college. And I could have stopped it right there, but I was like, you know what? I'm not stopping. So I had to think of a way. I had to think of things to get me through school. I had the grades. I needed the money to support my lifestyle. I needed a place of my own. I asked God for so much, and I thought he didn't answer. But God's like, you don't understand how much blessing and favor that I have over your life. I didn't make you. You was looking at your life as, man, I wish I was like this person. Well, I was making you to be someone greater. A lot of you look on social media and you envy them. You want to be just like them. Oh man, I wish I had a six-pack. I wish I had more money. I wish I had that girl. But you understand, in order for you to get those things, you have to work towards it. Stop wishing and just walk by faith. Have faith in yourself. Respect yourself. At some point, you keep on allowing the world to change your mind on certain things. You keep on allowing the world to control you. You're weak-minded. You have no strength. But I totally understand there are those of you who did not have a support system to keep on pushing you. Y'all don't even know what that looks like. So of course you become a product of your environment. But if you are one of those kids and you're listening to me, understand there is more to life than your environment. You are more than your problems. You are more than the situation you put yourself in. You are more than your environment. Just take that first step. Ask yourself, what do you want for your life? And then ask yourself, how can I get there? What are the steps? And I knew engineering was a big goal. I knew it was a big goal. It was something that I had doubted myself until someone just said, you can do it. Until I saw someone just like me, that black man. He was the chairman. I said, I want to be like you, sir. What do I got to do to be like you? He gave me the rundown. This world that we live in doesn't owe you happiness. This world that we live in doesn't owe you glory. And that's what I understood also with my faith. I realized being a Christian, listen, doesn't mean you are owed to be happy. And I always ask God, why did you put me through this situation, God? See, I thought you loved me. See, I thought we was on the same playing field. You are supposed to help me throughout my life. Naive I was, because I am helping you. You're going through these trials and tribulations because where I see you, Not everyone can handle what I'm going to put you through. You want to be a CEO of a company? And start a company. But understand, with that comes stress, with that comes pain, with that comes hard work. Are you willing to put in the work? That's basically what was going on with my whole entire life. You have been alone your whole entire life because when you was with your friends, I couldn't get to you. So I had to separate you. I had to make you in a space where you could grow, you could thrive, you could listen to my words and actually take the first step and see what I've been doing in your life. A lot of you right now, you're going through something. You're alone and you're wondering why. Why am I alone? You are alone because this is the time that you grow. You don't grow when everyone is around you. And I bet you there has been a time, young men, you have been at the club with your friends. You have been in a place where there was a lot of people showing you love, and you still felt as if you was alone. You still felt as if you was alone. Because I've been there. My entire life, I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I realized I had daddy issues. My father was not in my life. And I always wondered why. Why did you not just play your cards right? Because I wanted to know more about him. That had an effect on my entire life. There was some trauma we haven't dealt with as men. We don't know we haven't yet. Until enough is enough and it finally comes out. That's why I told you. In the 5 rules to live your life, we have to be able to control our emotions. Let me add one more thing to that. Critical thinking is a must. You must be able to break down yourself. You must be able to break down what is going on throughout your life. Man, when I got to America, my parents may have thought it was going to be easy, right? Any situation, any environment is hard. And you must learn to deal with that. I could have played the victim card all throughout my life and not want more for myself. But you must understand, your life is not guaranteed to be easy. Matter of fact, you learn more through the oppositions you get through. And I'll say this to end this. There are 2 types of people in this world. There are those who look at the mountain and they're afraid. And when they look up and they'll say, I can't do it. They look at all the problems, all the complications to get on the other side. And they become small and weak. And they said, at least I tried. But I can't move on. So they stay in the position that they're in life. They become comfortable. They become complacent for the rest of their life, and that's all they're going to do. And there are other people who see that mountain. What can I build to get across that wall? What can I build to get across that mountain? Okay. These are the things that I need to do to get over that. There are those people who look at issues in life and it says, good. I'm glad, because I know when I get over this wall, when I get over this mountain, it comes with a prize, knowledge, experience. It comes with information that I didn't have before. Wherever you are in this world, understand the game of life is very cruel. See, not everybody gets to live, but everyone gets to die. And it's not where you came from, but how you're going to change your life. It's about where you're going. People don't care about your problems. They only care about your future. Young men, understand, women don't look at you and they don't say, I want to be with this man because of his past. No, they look at your future. What do you have to provide for them? So young men, when you are in a state where you're trying to grow and when you're trying to learn and go through life, understand, really, you cannot provide anything for them. How can you provide when you're just learning? You're giving all your time to this woman or everybody else, but you haven't respected yourself. You owe it to yourself to improve your life. You owe it to yourself to want more. And this is why I created this channel. This is why. Because I realized the pain and hurt that I've been through my entire life, I don't want that for you. Because there's a few amount of people who could break down their issues and continue on in life. There's a few amount of people who could do that. And I want you to be one of those people. This channel right now that I created, I believe this is my purpose. To encourage you young men. If you're willing to want more for your life and learn more and understand what I'm about, subscribe to this channel. I'm a young black engineer. My name is William. I'm only 25, and I have great dreams and aspirations. But as for right now, we're gonna walk in this path together. That's all. Thank you.